I literally read the word yawn and then I yawn again. It's not. We did that one night for. Oh yeah, it is actually contagious, and I don't understand how or why.
Well, hopefully I'm not the one to start yawning.
It's too late now. It's already in my head. So it's the seed is there.
All right, we're live now. There we go. All right, and
Well, for whatever it's worth, it's lit up red.
It was on.
Welcome to the Colossal Community Podcast on Colossal Radio. Heard the second and fourth Mondays of the month at 7. The opinions of this program are not necessarily that of Colossal Radio. Now, here's your hosts, Keith Hines and Lee Hancock.
good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Colossal Community Podcast. I am your host, Keith, and I'm joined by my co-host, Sirius Lee.
What up?
And we're broadcasting live from Off the Church Music School in Delaware Avenue in Palmerton. It's a show where we talk to people doing good things in and around our area, and we talk about random topics. And tonight we are talking about some fall fun, corn mazes, haunted houses. We're going to talk about a haunted house in Tennessee that will pay you $20,000 if you can go through the whole thing. Think you can do it?
So do I have to front the money?
No, there's no money. All you do is donate a bag of dog food, but if you can make it to the haunted house, they'll pay you $20,000, which we'll talk about later on in the show.
All right.
All right. Plus, we have Spoonman Saloon here talking about how they help veterans and current servicemen and women all across the country and the world. And we'll start tonight's show. Welcome, Jason.
Well, thanks for having me in here. A dog kicked me out. Apparently, I wore my welcome out with him in one episode. But
That's the morning show. You're on prime time.
that's
now.
right.
Yeah.
I made the big time now.
Yeah, you're big time. So welcome. What is Spoonman Saloon? Tell us about it.
Well, okay. So the first misconception is, well, Spoonman Saloon is the name of my bar in my basement, but the Facebook group is called Team Spoonman. When the pandemic started, a local kid by us started an online virtual dive bar, and in his group, he wanted food and drinks. That's it. So I have this bar in my basement, and I said, well, I'll just start making a drink of the day. So that's where it started. I started making a drink of the day in my basement. And, you know, I don't need to teach somebody how to make rum and coke. That's 2 ingredients. So it was like Red Death, Drunken Duck. It was these crazy drinks I'd find with 4 and 5 alcohols, multiple mixers. And, you know, I probably had 40 or 45 different bottles of liquor when I started. Well, I realized very quickly, because I don't enjoy alcohol, oddly enough. I mean, I don't like the taste of alcohol. I don't like drinks that taste like alcohol. I like drinks that taste like punch or something. Like,
Right.
wow, I can't even tell there's alcohol in it. Those are my kind of drinks. And you know, obviously when you're doing, I had this drink I liked and this drink I liked, so that's all I needed. And then I had a couple other things from different people, whatever. But realized quickly, I need way more stuff. So we started searching for recipes. We're buying books. You couldn't do anything. Everything was shut down.
Right.
And I started searching for cocktails, and then they'd be like, well, I have 3 of the ingredients of this one and 2 of the ingredients of this one. And then it was like the Pennsylvania liquor stores were closed, so I was driving to New Jersey, wearing masks, gloves, the whole thing. Bring the bottles home, wipe them off with Lysol. You know, they made us think we were going to die if we walked outside. But it started to grow from that, and it became an obsession to me where I was like, well, let me see how many different kinds of things I can find, you know. And then people, when this started happening, my buddy Heath came over to the house, and then other people were like, started getting messages. Hey, I want to come to your house for a drink of the day. And I'm like, okay. So then people started coming over, and we started doing, and they're like, you should get shirts made. And I was like, I reached out to the guy whose group it was, and he didn't answer me, so that was his answer.
Right.
No problem. Well, I did that for a year and a half every day. I mean, every day. And like, for an example, right here's a drink I made to bring here so when I go on vacation, like I'm going on vacation next week, I will have 10, 15 drinks made up. All the bottle tops will be labeled. I'll have a list of all the ingredients. So no matter where I am, like, hey, here's the drink of the day. I'll be out on my boat fishing or in the mountain. Like we go to my place in Potter County. There's only service at the top of the mountain, so we're driving somewhere. Oh, there's service. Let's pull over and do a drink of the day. Like that's just what it is.
Yeah. So every day you do this?
Every day. Well, I mean, yes. I would say in the last 3 years, I probably missed 10 days.
All right.
3.5 years. So it was April 1st, 2020 when this all started.
Okay.
But then I was doing, like I said, I was doing it there for like a year and a half, and then one day I was just like, I'm done. And my girlfriend's like, there's no way you're going to quit. Because I'm like, listen, when I say I'm vested into this, I told you I started out with 45 bottles of liquor right now. I just counted 2 days ago. I have 287 different bottles of liquor right now.
Wow.
And just to put that in perspective, your average bar
Right.
around here probably has 200. And they can't have a whole lot more than that. Because if you're a bar in Pennsylvania and you have a liquor license, you can only have, the only thing you can have in your store is what you can buy at a Pennsylvania liquor store. So they can't go to New Jersey and buy things that you can't get in Pennsylvania. And they can't go to New York or Maryland or
Right.
wherever. I've found different things. But I mainly try to find flavored liqueurs, flavored vodkas, and flavored rums. But I'll like stop at a store in upstate New York and they'll be like, can I help you? And I'm like, probably not. And they're like, what do you mean? And I had to explain to them what I do, and they're like, so the only way they could help me is if they know what I have at my house.
Right.
I don't have a list of it, so I just kind of walk around and, oh, this is new, you know. There's a phenomenal store in Cortland, New York, and the guy that I dealt with there last time I was there, he was out of his way. He goes, well, this is new. He goes, and he started showing me all kinds of stuff. And I think I actually got like 2 different things from him.
Oh, wow.
But that's where it started. And then, like I said, as soon as I opened my own group, because like I said, I was done with that, and she's like, why don't you just start your own group? Then you can do whatever you want. I'm like, all right. Well, I didn't want to call the group Spoonman Saloon. I wanted to call it Team Spoonman because I didn't want it to be just a drinking group. I wanted it to be, I don't care what it is.
Right.
And at that time, we didn't even have a mission, so to
Right.
speak. But the first day I went live and I said, hey, I'm starting this group. I'm going to do the drink of the day, whatever. And a lot of the people were people from that were in the other group and knew that I did the drink of the day over there, and they followed along. And then, like, I don't think I was a half an hour into that first live, and somebody commented, oh, we can get shirts now, right? I mean, that's what they said.
Right.
And I was like, all right. So I called my buddy Bob. He does silk screening. I said, we need to get a shirt made. So that sticker that says Spoonman Saloon, Home of Steelers Nation, that's what my bar mirror says behind the bar. So I had the sticker from Dennis Hawk. He designed the sticker. He did the mirror. And so I just gave the sticker to Bob, and I said, print it on a shirt.
Right.
And then Heath and I used to sing Better Together by Luke Combs. So on the bottom we put like Good Old Boys and Beer, or whatever the line of the song. And we started selling them, and I was like, what am I going to do with this money? And they were like, use it for your bar. You spent $20,000 having strangers come to your house and drink for free. And I was just like, it felt dirty to me. I didn't feel right about it. So
Right.
I just kept putting the money in the envelope. And then September that year, I think it was, a local girl, Rebecca Smiley, her daughter's name is Selena. She's in the military. She's in the Marines. She was in North Carolina in training, and her mom made a post on the page, said, for the first time in 20 years, I don't get to celebrate my daughter's birthday with her. And I woke up the next morning, and we had 400 or 500 members at that time. And I woke up the next morning, and there was like over 300 or 350 reactions to that. Like over 3/4 of the people either hit the like or the love or whatever, and there was over 200 comments. I mean, over half the people took the time to make a comment.
Right.
And I was like, wow. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, that's it. That's what we're going to do. So we're going to take all the money, and we're going to have a service member of the month every month, and we're going to send out a care package. And just so from that day one, like we send out a tumbler, and I have another sticker. It says Spoonman Saloon, thank you for your service. And it's only people that serve. That's the only one that I have a stack of those stickers, and I put it on that tumbler and only send it to, whether it's active duty or we did that for about a year, and then Travis Everett he's originally from Bowmanstown. He lives in South Carolina, I think South Carolina.
Yep.
But
He's my cousin.
Oh, cool. So he was nominated 2 or 3 times, and I'm like, well, he's not active, which I don't care about. If it was up to me, I'd send it back to everybody that ever signed that contract.
Right.
But I said, their initial premise was, I know what it was like when I went in. You leave home, you're home. Some people are homesick. Really, I was homesick bad, and it just. I just wanted to send a package out. I handwrite a letter saying what we do, thank you, whatever. I realize this package is nothing compared to what you're giving me, but I just want you to know thank you, and we're behind you. Regardless of what you see on the TV or the news, there's a lot of good Americans that are 1,000% behind what you do, and that's me. So that's where it started. Then, like I said, once we had Spoonapalooza, the first one, I said, depending on how this goes, if we make some money, I said, I'll introduce a veteran package, which is like I said, it's a smaller package. It's also just a thank you thing,
Right.
And we've got great response and feedback on that. And now, like this month, there was 2 veteran. Other months, last month there was 2, because at some point there was 10 or 12 of them on the waiting list, and I was like, well, if we do one a month, it's going to be a year.
Right.
If nobody gets nominated between now and then, so I was like, I don't want to run out, and I have, I haven't, but I have to make phone calls. I know people whose son or daughter serves, and I was like, hey, why don't you nominate your daughter? And she's like, oh, I don't want to nominate my own kid. And I'm like, what are you talking? Like, are you proud? Well, yeah. Well, then I don't have a problem with dads. Dads are like, hell yeah, you know what I mean? But moms, and I get it, it's beautiful. Like, you know what I mean? Humility's a fantastic quality to have. But like I said, let's just get the names out there and recognize them. But like I said, Selena, when she got her package, she got the tumbler, and 3 t-shirts. That's all we had. We had a gray t-shirt, a black t-shirt, and a green Monster Mess Hall t-shirt. And then we got hoodies, and then we got crew neck sweatshirts, and then we got different color shirts and different design shirts. And that's why one time I was like, well, let's go fishing. So I go fishing. So I set my camera up there in the bow of my boat, and 3 of us on the boat fishing, and I turned the camera on, and we go live from the lake. And we went fishing for like hours, and people are watching. I'm
You were watching you fish.
Yeah, watching fish. Now I'm trying to read the comments and kind of talk. Sometimes it's because I'm also trying to fish.
Right.
So and then like the camera's like at a good height to shoot. Well, it's in my way. And I'm casting and I'm flipping the boat the other way and I'm reeling and I'm back and forth. But so from that, then I reached out to Johnny Will. He's a local kid. He lives in Whitehall now, but from Palmerton, and he's a graphic design artist. And I'm like, can you make me a shirt? So he made the Team Spoonman Fishing.
Nice.
Live from the lake, Black Pearl, that's the name of my boat. And so he designed that shirt, and then we're just like, so we sold some. We didn't sell a ton. And then I was like, well, winter we'll get hoodies. So this hoodie, brand new, just came in today. We got this color green, we got black and navy blue, all with white print. They're all available. Stop out the house or call me or text me, whatever. Message me. But yeah, so that's what we do. And then we do that, and we got affiliated 2 years ago. One of the people in our group is a huge, works with the Reach Across America group. So they do Cedar Memorial in Allentown.
Yeah.
And so their goal every year is 5,000 wreaths. So 2 years ago, I want to get 100 from our group. So 2 years ago I bought 10. Last year I bought 30. We're probably responsible for more than that, because when Lisa, her name is, when the whole thing comes out, she makes a Facebook post. I share it to our group because I don't care. I don't need to have any part of it. So I just post it. People can go on there, click the link, pay with their credit card, whatever they want to do. Some people sent me money, which is fine. Like I said, I put the link up there so you can just deal directly, but if people send me money, that's fine. And then one of the members, her granddaughter is in cheering, so they sold them as a fundraiser this year. So I bought 10 from her, and I think they sold 25 or 28 or something that just she sold individually there. So, and then just other organizations, VFW or different things we donate. Doc's thing about the turkeys, I messaged him. I said I want to get involved. I don't know what it is. I have no idea. I'm new to this, but I'd like to get involved with it.
It's usually the Wednesday
Somewhere.
before Thanksgiving he has it. So
Yeah. So
I guess he's going to make announcements soon about.
yeah, he said it middle of October or something. Normally I run into him at CBI and talk to him, but I know he's going to be there Wednesday, but I'm leaving. I'll be gone. I'm leaving Wednesday morning, so I'll miss him this week. But he's a riot.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. That's another statement.
So how many an estimate, how many drinks have you done?
We are, okay, so what happened at the beginning was I would just find the drinks, screenshot them on my phone. So when I would just screenshot recipes anytime. I don't make a lot of drinks up. I just find them. I'm not good at making drinks up because, look, I don't like alcohol and I'm a perfectionist. I'm not perfect. I'm probably barely adequate, but I'm a perfectionist. So if I make a drink, I gotta drink it and be like, oh my God, that's the best drink I ever had. Or else it's a failure to me. That's just the way my brain is wired.
Right.
So we've tried 1,000 times to just like, let's do this, and then you're like, you know what, it needs this, and then you add the next thing. Well, now you're so far down the rabbit hole, and you tasted it 6 times. So now your ratios are all off from when you started that to where you are. So, but we do make, we've probably made 20 original drinks. But anyway, I was saving on my phone on mixed drinks, and then when we were getting close to Spoonapalooza, we were at 1,600 drinks in February of 2021.
Wow.
And I said, well, if we get to by June 2021, that's only 400 more drinks. If we do 400 drinks in 4 months, no problem, right? It's only 3.3 drinks a day. And I said, so if we do that, I said we can get to 2,000. We can do the 2,000th drink at Spoonapalooza with all the people here. It'd be really cool. So we were going along okay, except for now, my only record of this is on my phone.
Right.
So 2,000 drinks in, I find a drink and I'm like, shit, oh yeah, this one's new. And then, so I'm like, we got to do a spreadsheet. Well, I am a terrible typer. So I started making a spreadsheet, and I'm like, I get to the next drink, I'm like, oh, I already made this. And I have them all written down on papers. But I'm reading down the paper, I'm like, I go type it in, oh shit, I already did this drink. And it was probably 40 or 50 drinks that we remade. There's one drink that has 11 different recipes. So those, if it's different, it's different.
Right.
There's different drinks that, if it's like orange liqueur instead of triple sec, I don't consider that a different recipe. But sometimes it's 2 or 3 ingredients that are different, even though it's kind of, they use pineapple rum instead of pineapple juice. But if there's 2 or 3 different things, then I'm like, all right. So then I just call it this drink 1, and then just keep numbering the different recipes. I think there's one of them there's 11 different recipes.
Oh, wow.
But the last, so like every 100, we sort of like, yeah, it's drink number whatever 100. You want to come over, and then we try to get people there to do that drink. The last one we did was 2,800. But we got to be at 20. We got to be either at, close to, or already past 2,900. Because I'm not.
So we're coming up on 3,000.
Well, we're probably right around 2,900. I know the phone thing is screwed up because, like I said, I kept saving them on my phone. But even though they were repeats, they're still on my phone.
Yeah.
I can't go through them all and try to figure out which ones are repeats on
Right.
my phone. So my phone number is. The number of saved drink recipes on my phone is like 2980, but it's probably like 80 or 90 off. And that's when I write them down. As soon as I write them down, that's when I save them. I didn't necessarily make them all yet. So it's a whole, I gotta do the spreadsheet, get the number, go downstairs, count the ones on the sheets that aren't done yet, and then subtract it.
It's a whole thing.
You can do that all in Excel, and then it can actually find it for you.
I can't.
Yeah. I just
If
saw
I-
it over his head.
You know there's some people that are just technologically, for lack of a better word, retarded. I apologize.
Thanks.
Well, so you have the people that are technologically retarded. So they're here, and then I'm here. Here.
For the record, he had his hand like on the floor.
Yeah, and I type like this. I mean, there's some times when I can get crazy and use 2 fingers or whatever.
Wow, crazy.
Yeah, I am not a typist.
You're a hunpecker.
I think I'm pretty fast, all things considered. but no, that's not, like I said, the group isn't that. I don't want it to be that.
Right.
But that's what I do.
Right.
People post food, people post their pets, people post things. I don't care. All that. The only rule I have is it's got to be positive. I don't let negative shit go. I don't let controversial stuff go. Oh, sorry if I'm not allowed to curse. Anything that, like, sometimes I'll see something and I'm like, okay, that's borderline, but it's funny. So I leave it go and I wait to see what happens. And if a comment comes up that I can tell that somebody, peed in their Cheerios, I'm like, yeah, all right, let's see what.
Right. We have a comment here from Britt. She goes, if you really want to see Jason fired up, ask him about pumpkins are better than apples.
I didn't think it would take that long. First of all, I thought boneless chicken wings would come up. These people put me on the chip about this. Listen, there's few hills I will die on. Wings have bones.
Yeah.
You chicken nugget people, get the hell out of here. I don't have any problem. You like chicken nuggets, get after it. But they're not wings.
Right.
They're
exactly.
chicken nuggets. Tacos are not sandwiches. I'm sorry. A taco is not a sandwich. And the apple is the superior fall fruit. That's nonsensical. There's not even an argument. There's 17 angry pumpkin spice people who put up this little thing all the time. Lunatics.
So these are controversies that we will find on your page.
No, this is what they do. Okay, so you can see how I get here?
Yeah.
This is called pap on the chip. So they do this stuff to try to get me riled up, because then I lose my shit on the live, and I'm like screaming and ranting like a maniac on the thing. Which is partially for entertainment. I don't mind it, but I do believe in that stuff. I'm 1,000%. I'm all in on that. You know, these pumpkin people are... First of all, pumpkin spice is pumpkin spice.
Right.
There's no pumpkin in pumpkin spice.
Right.
So that's the end of the debate right there. Apple cider or pumpkin juice. What do you make out of pumpkins? No, there's no pumpkin drink. So apple's better for drinks. Apple pie is better than pumpkin pie. Sorry. I mean, whatever. I always said the only possible thing would be pumpkin roll.
A pumpkin roll is good.
Pumpkin,
But it has to have a good amount of cream cheese in it.
Okay.
All right, we're going to go to a commercial break and we'll continue this on Facebook Live.
Soon stuff.
You can keep talking, we're live.
Wait, or do you want to wait till you come back? I don't care.
I don't care, whatever you want to do. We can continue when we come back.
Anybody who's watching from my group already knows my stance on this. Just make sure we get to this drink before we go off the air.
Yeah, we will.
In the
We
past
will.
5 years, they take pride in the quality
I'll save it till we
of
get
their
back.
food. They're known for their warm customer service and friendly staff.
I don't even know. That's what I always said if I had a podcast. My podcast would be titled Pap on the
Located next to
Chip.
Pfeiffer's Ice Dam.
But the problem is,
it
doesn't happen most of the time.
Right.
Most of the time it's just, you know.
Sydney's Deli.
It all depends on the comments. And sometimes I go live, and for some reason, almost not, I would say more times than not, when I go live, I don't get comments. They don't show up on my screen. And so
Right.
sometimes 10 minutes into a live, then they start popping up.
Right.
And it sucks, because I'm up there trying to vamp and just have a conversation by myself. And I like to react off of the comments.
Have a conversation by myself.
I mean, it's the best way for me to have an intelligent conversation. But yeah, that's how it goes. And then, you know, there's some nights that it gets really funny because people are just like, you know, they're relentless. And like I said, I play to it, which makes it fun.
Right, yeah.
You know, and that's like I said, I don't care. Whatever the reason is that brings somebody to the group to be interactive and comment or like or whatever the different things that are on the group. All that stuff that happens lifts the group into the Facebook algorithm.
Right.
And so, like I said, that's not the mission. The mission is to recognize our service members. But the more people that interact, the more people see the things, and then, you know, it helps everything. It just helps everything continue to grow.
And their team take
I think
care of those
we're at like
door needs with the most
almost 26, 50 members now.
Find them online.
Brittany's the one that was going to come here.
Village.net.
She's got bronchitis or something.
Look,
All right, 30 seconds, we'll be back on the radio.
think about it. Get yourself a nice warm bath.
Bronchitis.
Using only the
It's like that
quality
one
shampoos. Let them
video
dry.
years ago.
Don't even need your nails. And make sure you're feeling great.
Well, she has bronchitis and RSV or R, whatever that is. I guess she had that. So she was on steroids and she said she was feeling better, and then she texted me yesterday. She's like, "I'm so sorry." She goes, I feel like shit. I'm not gonna be able. I don't think I'm gonna be able to make it.
Best girls give them the care they deserve.
Lots of rest. Get
I told her, you come up here trying to boss hog my time.
All right, welcome back to Colossus Community Podcast, and we are here with Jason from Team Spoonman, and Leanne just got into debate with him about pumpkins.
Well, I didn't get it. I didn't get
You
into
said
the
a cream
debate.
cheese. Yeah.
She's poking the bear is what she's
Yeah.
doing. I get it. No, Brittany probably privately texted her and told her what to say. I see what's going on.
Conspiracy going on.
Yeah, I've been attacked more than one time.
Right.
I got this. I got it.
So you're saying, Leanne, cream cheese with pumpkin roll?
Okay.
I mean, he just said that the only possible way that pumpkin could be superior, not superior, but in one category.
No, superior fall fruit. That was the topic.
Yeah, but I love apples too. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I love apple cider and Fireball.
You don't like pumpkin, so stop it.
I do like pumpkin.
No, you don't. Did you ever pick up a pumpkin and eat it?
I mean,
No, you didn't. Did you ever taste a pumpkin without pumpkin spice in it? No, you didn't. Right, exactly. Pumpkins suck. That's why they have to put all that stuff in it, so make it edible.
yeah, but I like pumpkin roll.
So do I. But now, okay, so here's the thing. Raw fruit to raw fruit, apple or pumpkin, which one do you eat?
Apple.
Exactly. Which pie is better?
That's tough. I feel like I would want apple pie on top of my pumpkin pie, like a pie on a
Okay,
pie.
whatever. We'll give you a tie. That's how you're going to be. Apple cider compared to any pumpkin juice.
That's hard too. Have you had pumpkin juice down at Harry Potter
It's
in
not
Universal?
pumpkin juice. They spice it up with all sorts
That's
of
delicious though.
Okay, so my argument was the only possible chance of pumpkin being better was pumpkin roll. And I admit that.
Yeah.
And I like pumpkin roll, and if there was a piece of pumpkin roll sitting there, I'm fat, I would eat it. But my argument was I never had an apple roll. So then people started making apple rolls and bringing them to me. And I'm here to tell you right now, you eat a piece of apple roll, you're not even gonna know pumpkin roll exists anymore.
Is there cream cheese in
Exactly the same way, except for it's apple flavored cake instead of pumpkin.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
It's really the cream cheese that makes it.
Yeah, right, because you can't stand pumpkin without cream cheese. That's my point. I can't get it. I mean, if you want to continue to win my argument, I'm down. But no, that was the argument for that. And then Kelly Polias, who else? Like 4 different people made me apple roll. Kelly made one. I was like, dude, this is the best dessert I ever had. It was. I don't even know what she did. I don't know. But Beth Marsteller made an apple cake, and she brought out an apple cake. And I know I'm not supposed to say the N word, but it was so moist it was ridiculous. And I told her, I said, this cake right here, this is the cake that needs to be the apple roll. I said, you make this exact cake, but put it out on the flat pan like you do the pumpkin. Yeah. I said, that's it right there. Wrap that around cream cheese. Your tongue will beat yourself over your own head to get a taste of that. I'm telling you.
So you done with the argument now?
It's never an argument. It's just a discussion. And I put the poll up on the group last year, just for legitimate, let's see what happens. And I'm not exact. I don't remember the exact number, and I lost my Facebook account. I got hacked, whatever. But I believe it was about 83 to 17% in favor of Apple.
Nice.
So most people like Apple.
Well, yeah. I mean, I love to go apple picking, like when it's apple season.
Well, somebody posted it. Actually, me. I posted it. Jesus. They took it. I don't know my apples. So it's the green apple, whatever that is.
Granny Smith.
Okay. I don't know shit. They took the green apple, they cut it in half, they emptied it out, like they gutted it out, and they filled it with caramel, let it get hard, and then they chopped it like into apple slices. So it was like a caramel apple, but they were all like in slices. So now already my head's going. I was like, I love pudding shots. I like making pudding shots. So I'm thinking I'm going to make a caramel flavored pudding shot. I'm going to carve the apple out. I'm going to fill the apple with pudding shot, and then you just eat it like a bowl. So I think we're going to get some. I think I'm going to make some of those. And
sounds pretty good.
We'll have them at the bar toward the end of October.
There you go.
Because I'll be gone fishing for 10 days.
We'll come try those.
So
Y'all are anybody from Team Spoonman, if people want to come, I can't. I was doing every day of the week. But
all right, Jason,
I do it every day.
Jason, we have somebody here that says, but you can't make a jack-o'-lantern out of an apple.
Right. They make jack-o'-lanterns because nobody wants to eat it.
yeah, they become decoration.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
The only thing good about them is the seeds.
Right.
They're very healthy for you. I don't eat them, but my chickens love them. I mean, I would eat them, but
Yeah.
I don't have time for that nonsense.
All right, something that we're going to do on our primetime show, Leanne, is we're going to be part of tonight's drink of the night.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
So,
The drink of the day, I only brought 3 cups, like I said. I didn't know how many people were going to be here, but,
Well, you gave us cups.
well, that's
Well, I'm
fine.
not having any, so you're good.
Okay, well
You
then.
got 3 to go.
All right, so this drink I actually just made up. So when I just said I never make up drinks, I just made this up at the house.
this is an exclusive.
I'm calling this caramel apple. We did do a drink called the caramel apple, so it could be similar to this. I don't know. I didn't check the spreadsheet.
Why don't you call it like your podcast? Why don't you call it like podcast caramel apple?
What?
Because you're on the podcast. Or colossal,
Yeah,
colossal,
the colossal.
colossal caramel apple.
All right. Okay? We can do that. That's fine. I don't know where I can.
Yeah, take that, Doc.
I don't
Anyway.
want to knock things. Yeah, we're gonna call this the colossal.
Colossal caramel apple.
It should be the colossal podcast caramel apple. Doc
Yeah,
shouldn't
there
get
you go.
any credit.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
make it the
Oh.
podcast. Yeah, with podcast. So.
So this is actually mostly mixer, just so you know.
So it's the CPP.
That sounds like it's a communist. I don't know if that's a good idea.
Okay.
Chip CP.
Don't dump it on the board. I don't need any. And I did clear this with Doc this morning on it.
All right, who cares about
No,
it?
you did, yeah.
Well, because I said to him when I came down here, I was thinking about bringing a drink down.
It
He's like,
smells delicious.
he's like,
Yeah,
oh, you
that's
should
not-
have. And I'm like, well, I didn't know. I wasn't here, and I didn't ask him first.
Right.
And then he's like, we can drink here. He goes, I'm the owner. We can do whatever we want.
Yeah, it does smell pretty
It
good.
smells really good.
All right. So I'm going to read you the ingredients.
Okay.
Oh, I wrote caramel apple, so it's the Colossal Podcast caramel apple. So it's apple crown, salted caramel bird dog whiskey, caramel vodka, apple cider, apple juice, and some caramel sauce. So you got to put the caramel sauce in the alcohol first, shake it up to dissolve it, then mix it with the cold stuff. Because if you don't, the caramel sauce just turns to rock and sinks to the bottom
Yeah.
when it gets cold.
Right.
Cheers.
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 Oh man, that's so good.
Oh yeah, it is good.
That tastes like a caramel apple.
It tastes like I literally just bit into a caramel apple.
Yeah,
That's delicious.
that is good.
That was pretty good then. I like I said, I don't know. We did do one called the caramel apple something.
Well, it must have sucked because this one's delicious.
Yeah. Well, everybody always says, everybody always comes like, oh, your drinks are so good. And I'm like, listen,
Yeah, I would highly.
there is a ton of clunkers that we've made at this.
This will be one of those dangerous drinks.
Yeah. This is like Halloween party in a punch bowl drink.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
5 gallons.
Yes.
Bar gallon, yeah.
This is amazing. I
It
want to
is.
take a bath in this.
You know, I'm not a huge liquor person, but this is good.
I don't like liquor at all. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
It's got. I don't want it to taste like alcohol.
Right.
And I didn't
And
try.
it doesn't at all. You don't even have the
I didn't make a strong one. Normally they're stronger because I usually don't go so hard on the mixers, but I figured I better calm down.
Kelly commented and said the first official podcast DOTD.
Yeah, drink of
Yes.
the day.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've done some from places. Like I said, every time I go somewhere, I do them wherever I am. I've done them on my boat. I've done them on the side of the road. I've done them Pocono racetrack. Every year I go to Pocono. When I go to Pocono, I take the bottles and we actually mix them. I take like 2 cases of bottles. I try to find drinks that overlap,
Right.
so I don't need as many bottles. But it usually ends up being still 15 or 18 different bottles and mixers. I have a whole cooler I take. We have this big banner. Hockey made me I think it's like a 4x6 banner. It says Spoonman Food Mobile Science Lab. And we take that and hang it, put it up as the backdrop.
Yeah.
I'll probably have that in Canada when I go up there.
So you should go to like events and like do it at events, right? You should set up shop at events.
Well, I don't know how that works. Well, I guess it depends what the event is. I was going to come to Jeep Fest, but I was in Potter
Right.
for Labor Day weekend because he asked me to come up there and set up a booth and stuff, which would have been awesome. I would have
Yeah, it would have
loved
been
to.
awesome, yeah.
To just spread the name of the group and
Yeah.
and that's the thing. Every time, like he was always like, "Oh, Jason from Spoonman Spoonman." I'm like, "It's Team Spoonman," and it's my fault because I named it that. So that's why like the new shirt just has Team Spoonman on it.
Right.
But we're still, the shirt, all the other shirts are still going to say Spoonman because it just is what it is.
Yeah.
So then I was what I'm trying to figure out is if there's a way that I can do to or even if I don't want to change the name of the group on Facebook though, but I thought about doing like Team Spoonman at Spoonman Saloon. So that if somebody searched Spoonman Saloon, it would take you there.
Right.
Like when I Google on my phone Team Spoonman, it comes up. But it's me. So
You Googled yourself?
well, I Google Team Spoonman.
Yeah.
Well, what I'm saying is I don't know if somebody who has no affiliation, who never dealt with,
Right.
if it would show up, because Google's weird like that. You know what I mean? It's just,
Yeah.
it mostly shows you things you're interested in.
Right.
Well, it's just on Facebook and I typed in Team Spoonman, you pop right up.
Well, yeah, for groups, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. But I'm talking about just Google, like a Google search.
Right,
Just
Google
if you
search,
Google,
yeah.
Google search, Team Spoonman comes up and it has a cover page and everything.
Yeah. Do
I
you have
mean-
a website or is it just Facebook?
Just Facebook.
So how can people nominate people for care packages?
Message me. If anybody has any, we have a ton of veterans waiting right now, and that's fine. If anybody wants to nominate a service member, either a current service member or a past service member, if you sign that contract, you're now a veteran. Period. Anybody who's ever signed a contract to serve in the military is a veteran. Period. But we do have the service member of the month packages. We send it out to an active duty member, and then the veteran package we send out to anybody who's ever served and is now not serving. That's the distinct difference. But message me, look me up. I don't care if you're in my group. I don't care if they're in my group. We sent packages to people who weren't on Facebook. I had a woman. There's a woman in my group. She reached out to me and she said she wanted to come to my house and buy all the stuff that we used to send out in a package for her son. And I'm like, why don't you just nominate him? She goes, he can't be recognized. She said because of the job that he has, he can't have his picture up. He can't be recognized at all.
Okay.
And I'm like, well, he can't be recognized publicly. And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, well, he can still be recognized. And she goes, well, I know you like to, you know. I said, just give me his information. I said, I'll send him. I did the exact same thing I do to every other member, but in my letter I wrote, I know you can't be recognized, but that doesn't mean you don't. First of all, if I tell you what his job is, this kid needs to be recognized
Right.
more than probably anybody else. But I was like, so that month we just had 2. You know what I mean? So now that's essentially an extra service member of the month we had that I don't even really keep track of.
Right.
Because it just was like, you know what I mean? I'm not doing this for me. I don't care. Like, if I could, I would make sure that everybody that ever served ever was recognized and got a package. But you know, it's difficult. So yeah, if anybody wants to nominate somebody, Team Spoonman is a group. You're more than welcome to join. I mean, I reached out to somebody. I saw the mom, whatever, and then she was, you know, I said, if you give me the information, and she was like, well, you know, she started sort of corresponding back and forth with me, and then she's like, well, this isn't a scam, isn't it? And I'm like, no, I said, that's why I told you, here's the group. Like, here, click on it. I said, it's private, just so we can control fake accounts.
Right.
And, but I said, you know, if somebody clicks on your account, it's usually you can tell if it's a legitimate account. And if it is, we're not like trying to, you know, filter people out. We're trying to avoid the fake accounts.
Right,
Because that's where
exactly.
the problems happen.
So besides selling the t-shirts and the hoodies, how else do you raise money?
Just doing the duck race. We have, well, let me read this if you give me a second, if you don't mind. Chris Maxwell, Wild Creek Bee Farm, he donates honey every month for the service member package. We send out a jar of his honey every month, and he sells us his honey for like a wholesale price, and then I sell it at my house. And we make $2 or $3 on the jar. It's not a lot of money. I call it, like I said, I call it stacking pennies, like we talked about before the podcast. Beth Macedo, she is a group. It's her. It's called Stars for Our Heroes. She cuts out the individual stars off of flags once they're tattered and they are faded or whatever, and she puts them in a little envelope, Stars for Our Heroes, and just basically said, this is a star that's no longer fit to fly. And she has them for first responders, servicemen, ambulance, like everything. So she sends us that. We send that out with a package. Ethos Clinic in Emmaus, they give us, they have a bunch of cards. The local elementary kids color the cards and write thank you messages in them, which is awesome. I forgot to mention this last time. Joey DeWalt, one of my dearest friends, he has Bad Bones Barbecue. He used to have a trailer. He doesn't run the trailer anymore. He just still does catering, but he has a bone dust. He sells us the bone dust.
Okay.
We sell that at the house. We make a couple bucks on that. Tim Wagner does all the glasses. All the glasses we sell. Self-promotion design. Bobby Everett, Blue Star Screen Printing does all my shirts, and Dennis Hawk from Hawk Signs does all my vinyl stickers. And they all are awesome working with me. Like, give me, good prices that we can. I mean, the stickers are all free. Every time somebody orders something, if I mail a shirt out, I put stickers in there because I figure for 50 cents or whatever, 80 cents or $1, however much a sticker costs, if they put that on their car, somebody asks them about it, they join the group. You know what I mean? And like I said, if I don't care. There's people that come to Spoonapalooza, they didn't buy a shirt, they didn't buy a duck, they didn't buy anything. I don't care. It makes no difference to me. If you like what we do, if you support what we do, you invite some of your friends. One of your friends buys a shirt. That's the same as you buying a shirt to me. I see no difference in it. The more support we get, I think the more. Like I said, I wouldn't care if we got to a point where we did a service member of the week, if it could grow to that point, or a service member of the day. I don't know how I would manage that.
Right. Yeah.
But
How does the duck thing work?
so for Spoonapalooza, there's a small stream in front of my house, and we sell ducks. And so the ducks are $10 a duck. You can buy as many as you want, and then we when the races, we drive up the street to the bridge, we dump them off the bridge. There's a finish line in front of the house. First duck this year we paid out 3 spots. So the first 3 ducks through, first, second, and third, and then just depends how many we sell, how much the prize would be.
So you do that once a year?
Yep.
When do you do it?
This year will be June 8th. Saturday, June 8th will be this year's Spoonapalooza. We'll start talking about it, and we'll start selling ducks probably May 8th. I can't. There's people like, oh, start selling ducks now, and I'm like, I'm not selling ducks now. I'm not. That's too far out.
Yeah.
I mean, it worked like last year. We sold 100. We probably sold 150 or 160 ducks the first week. Then the second week we probably sold 100. The third week we probably sold 200, and the fourth week we sold however many was left, 300, whatever. We ran out. We had to buy more. We keep ordering more, and you get to the point where it's like, oh, we're not getting any more. They're not going to be here in time.
Yeah.
So, but it's sort of that urgency. You know what I mean? Like Doc with Jeep Fest.
Right.
The last week of Jeep Fest, you sell probably half as many tickets as you sold the whole time you put them on sale. It's just how it is. Because it's, people are like, oh, I'm not sure, whatever. I mean, the duck race is good because you don't have to be present. You know what I mean? That's what I tell people all the time. Like, you do not need to be here. Same thing. If you come to Spoonapalooza, I don't care if you stop there for an hour. You come over there. We had a door prize. Somebody donated a poster board with 20 scratch-off lottery tickets. She's like, I want to donate this, do whatever you want. I said, fine, we'll make it a door prize. So we had everybody that come in sign. We just took a notebook and just had a sort of like a registry book, and we numbered all the spots, and we had everybody sign in, and then when the thing was, we just was like, Siri, pick a number between 1 and whatever it was, and the number was picked, and okay, you won that, So
Nice.
we didn't sell a whole lot of stuff that day. We did okay, you know what I mean? But I don't care. Like I wanted, like I said, I don't sell tickets. If somebody wants to come and support what I do, I want you to come. I don't want somebody not to come because they can't afford a ticket or whatever the case is. I said, listen, if you want to come, you want to hang out, you want to meet somebody, you know what I mean? Put a name with a face, shake a hand, whatever. Like, people come up to me all the time and they're like, oh, hey, how you doing? And I don't know who they are. And they're like, well, I'm on your lives all the time. And I'm like, okay, but you see me on camera every day.
Right.
I've never seen you even one time.
Right.
And then most people have their, I don't care, I'm not judging, but most people, women, I should say, most women,
Whoa.
not most, that's not even a good term. There certainly are some women who have filtered pictures, and I don't care.
Yeah.
Like when I meet them and I'm like, who are you? And I'm like, that doesn't even look like me. So, and I'm generally good with faces. I'm terrible with names. So, people introduce themselves and I'm like, well, it took 5 minutes now from now. I'm not going to remember your name. I apologize. It took me all week to try to Keith. But, yeah. So.
What do you think, Liam?
I think I want more of that drink.
It is a good drink.
It's cider season.
It is cider season.
It's like pumpkin season. It's
We
cider.
rip through cider at the house.
So I'm just gonna show up at your house every night.
7
So
o'clock.
apparently that's the thing.
7 o'clock drink of the day. If you come at like 4:30, you can cold plunge.
What?
If you come at 4:30, you can cold plunge with me.
You gotta do that. You gotta.
It's the hardest thing it's probably the hardest thing I've ever done. It sucks.
I'm not doing it alone.
Doc says
I'll be with you. I'm in. It's cold. I'm here to Todd did it. Big Sexy did it. It was 32 degrees.
Holy
I saw that
crap.
video.
He stayed in for 10 minutes.
Yeah, I saw that.
I got out at 6. I'm like, I'm done. I'm tapping out, dude. I'm out. But I did it every day. I did it every day for the month of August. I missed 2 days in September when I was at the cabin. I missed 1 day in July for, like I think I did like 57 out of 59 days straight. It's terrible. I'm not gonna lie. But nobody ever got out of the cold tank and with depression. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You want to cure depression? Go in the cold tank. Because when you get out, you're gonna be as happy as you've ever been. I'm not lying. It does weird things to your brain. Seriously, it's science. I mean, if you want to Google it, cold shock proteins. What cold shock proteins do for your body?
Yeah.
It's insane. It's mostly mental, really.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I have a bad back, bad knee, herniated disc, bad knees, the whole thing, and that stuff feels phenomenal for a while. But as soon as the numbness wears off, it's, you know what I mean? I don't know how much helps that.
Right, yeah. All right, so we're talking about haunted houses. Earlier I said about there's a haunted house in Tennessee, Summertown, Tennessee, called the McCamey Manor. It claims to be the world's scariest haunted house in the world. And if you can complete the whole thing, you'll win $20,000.
I'm confused.
But
Well, I mean, I'm confused generally.
all it costs to enter is dog food that he donates to local dog shelter. The haunted house has several eye-popping attractions, and if you want to do it, you have to fill out a form and sign multiple contracts stating it's a 40-page contract that takes 3 to 4 hours to fill out.
What?
You have to have medical insurance, and you have to take a drug and alcohol test to make sure you're not on any drugs and you're not under the influence. And it takes 3 hours to go through the haunted house. And there's challenges throughout the haunted house, and for every challenge you fail, he deducts $500 from your prize. Nobody has ever completed the whole entire thing, so the prize of $20,000 is still available.
Is it physical?
It's different challenges in the haunted house. There is a website which I'll bring up on the TV here if I can. It's
First of all, I'm not a horror guy.
either am I,
I don't
but
like scary movies. I don't like any of that stuff. But at the end of the day, it's all fake, unless they're actually like
Murdering people?
physically contacting you.
and they actually record you doing this, and if you see there on the website, it's a Netflix series, Darkest Tourist episode 8, and there are, I don't know if I can bring it down here. There's the video. You have to watch that video. They make you watch that video, and where are we here?
Wait.
If I go to Tennessee, I'm going to Jack Daniels. I'm not dealing with this house.
Where do they have it? There is where you can contact them to be on if you want to be on, and you can book your.
Why is there a dog? What do they do with the dog?
They're not going to kill the dog.
Because that's where the dog food's going to. That's what it's showing.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, you have to eat the dog. That's part of it.
Yeah, that's one of the challenges. So you have to kill and eat the dog.
The last one.
That's what the dog food's for, the fat dog.
So it is a legit thing. It's down in Summertown, Tennessee. So if you want to go in there, you can make your reservations, and if you complete it, it's $20,000 if you complete the whole entire thing. You in, Leanne?
No. Listen, if that sounds way too good to be true. Now so I like haunted houses.
Right.
Right? And I don't even mind the ones where they touch you, because like they can't really touch you. They do weird touching. So like that sounds awful.
Opposed to normal touch.
Weird touching is my specialty.
I mean, like
But Meemaw's never gonna let me come on the podcast if this is what's going on. I'm just saying.
See, Doc never talked about this, did he?
No.
I've had people like stick their fingers in my ears and stuff. Like, that's what I mean, weird touching. Like, whatever.
I guess that's probably how 4 hours to sign the release form.
Yeah, it takes 4 hours.
See,
It's
that's
a 40-page contract that takes 3 to 4 hours.
that
to
seems
complete.
a little suspicious.
And you have to have medical insurance.
Well, if it's 40 pages, there's probably one page for every challenge or whatever, because they said it's $500. They subtract for everything you don't do.
Right.
500 times 40 is 20,000.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's probably one thing you got to sign off on for every one of whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever
Probably,
the challenges
probably
are.
40 challenges if it's 40 pages. Yeah.
Well, I need to know what type of challenges these are. Are they
I think you
like
should-
mental
you can-
challenges or are they physical
You
challenges?
can explore the website and it shows you all the different scenarios and stuff. There's different scenarios. It kind of sounds like an escape room type thing, but it's physical.
Oh, so it's not necessarily all scary.
No, it's all scary. It's the world's scary. It's supposed to be the world's scariest haunted house, and nobody's ever completed it. They leave after the first hour or half hour. They're out.
I just don't have that much time.
Yeah, I don't either.
That's crazy. I don't need.
It is a legit thing because
I can't imagine saying that I don't need $20,000, but I don't need $20,000.
Not that bad.
Well, there are easier ways to get 20 grand.
Inappropriate touching? What do we?
Yeah. No.
You'll do that for $20,000.
Weird touching.
Oh,
That is-
yeah, that's way different.
No, I just saying, like, you could totally get 20 grand without putting yourself through
Right.
such distress.
The whole thing just seems awfully suspicious to me.
Well, there's only one way to find out,
Go down and try it, right?
or get someone else to go down and try it. Who do you know would do it? We should put that as a challenge.
I mean, I would do it
On your
to
Facebook.
see what it is, but I don't know.
Well, if no one's made it to the last challenge, I suppose.
Nobody's ever completed it, so
It's probably just aggravating.
it probably is. It's probably
I mean, because I could just pick, I mean, how long did they say it takes? 4 hours?
4 hours, about as long as it takes to fill out the contract.
That's an 8-hour day.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And in 4 hours for 40 challenges, that's 10 an hour, so that's 6 minutes, basically.
Right.
I mean, I could see myself after an hour being like, this is stupid.
I would get aggravated after the first
Yeah.
page of the contract. I'm like, I'm done. I'm out of here.
I can't even read half these words.
What does this mean?
Yeah, that's, I don't know about that. It's not for me.
Right, here we go. We have somebody that must have read up on this. They say they try to make you do things you don't have a choice. They try to make you quit. So
So it's like Fear Factor.
right, basically, if you think about it.
That makes sense.
Oh.
Okay, that makes sense then.
Yeah, like,
Make you put your hand in a jar of spider or something.
yeah, or like play, like
Yeah,
My
you got
mom's
snakes
have-
in there somewhere.
yeah, recordings of my mom telling me I owe her money and stuff.
Somebody said we'll volunteer the doc to go down there.
Yeah, there we go.
He's too busy.
No,
So I
he's
keep
not.
telling you.
Yeah, he's too busy filling out that contract.
That's what he always says. He's every 2 seconds. He's like, I'm so busy. I get it. Listen, I understand what he's saying. I tell people all the time like this, running this group. It's like it's not that bad. It is. It's just time consuming. Just to find drinks. People have because there's some days I'll just get into bed and I'll just start scrolling my phone. And I have some good website or I guess I don't know, websites or pages or whatever you
Right.
can find. There's one called cocktailbuilders.com and it's awesome. You just go on there, they have a list of all the alcohols, you check all the ones you have, and then it'll tell you what drinks you can make. Well, I just keep scrolling through that. I mean, I made 2,000 of them off that list, and I just I didn't go through and read which ones I had. I just went down the list and I checked every single box. I figured if they come up with something, I'll find them, whatever it is.
Well, yeah.
And then you go through and they don't have like the different flavor. They don't have all the different flavors of rums or this and that or whatever. So then you can add something. So then I'll add it, and then different drinks might come up. But at some point, and I love people. People all the time share stuff. They either send it to me or they share it in the group, and I screenshot every single one, and then I check them, and I gotta go look at the spreadsheet, see if we did that one already, and so.
All right, we're going to go to a commercial break, and we'll be back to finish this up.
Colossal Radio, here are people.
This can't be conforming bicycle plates.
This is your station, Colossal Radio Rocks.
They've become a solid member of the community in the past 5 years. They take pride in the quality, freshness, and variety of their
That haunted house.
They're known for their warm customer
I don't get
service.
it. Well, I guess if it's like Fear Factor, that makes sense.
Right, but he said it's even worse. I guess it's more extreme.
That's what I'm saying. If I was on that and I got to one and they had snakes there in a box and they had a key at the bottom of the box that you had to get to go to the next room, yeah, that's where I would end. I'm good. I ain't playing with no snakes. Although I did, Jenny and Scott Tennell, Jenny's daughter, has a, I don't know what kind of snake it is, python or something, or whatever. She brought it to my house. It was in her car, and it was cold outside. Like, it wasn't like winter cold, but it was like 40-ish or whatever, and they were like, well, can I bring it in? And I'm like, it was in a pillowcase or something. I'm like, yeah, whatever. She brought it in and she got it out. And then I had it. And I hate snakes. And this snake was around my neck. And it was like, I was okay because I was drinking. And I would have never, probably in a million years, if we wouldn't have been 2 or 3 drinks in, I don't think I would have had that snake near me.
Yes.
But I had a couple drinks, so the snake was on my neck. But then it was like, the head came right around and it was like right in my face. And the tongue was coming out and I was like, okay, this is, it's gonna bite me in the face.
It's weird touching.
And she's like, no, he's feeling you or smelling you or
you.
something, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Bikes and trikes.
that's too close. That head's too close to me.
With electric power assist pedaling.
But that was probably my experience with snakes. I see them at my house. When I first moved in there, I killed every snake I saw. Now I kind of just like watch them and make sure they don't keep coming near me. They're good. I don't want to kill snakes. I don't like them.
Do you live outside of town?
I live a quarter mile from the covered bridge.
Okay.
On back this way, like right off Alon's Dairy Road. I don't know where you're from.
I live up by Channel 13.
Family owned, family operated.
I live in Leon.
Ryan and Jess and their team take care of those garage door needs. With the most
5
innovative
seconds on the
styles
back,
and
go
colors
on.
to choose from. Find them online at palmertongaragedoors.net.
All right, welcome back to Colossal Community Podcast. We are talking about Team Spoonman. We had the drink of the day. We talked about the haunted house that pays $20,000, and we basically said, no, we're not going to do it. You can keep the money. Leanne, you do have an announcement to
Oh,
read
yes.
off.
Okay. So, Pomeranian Booster Club is raising funds for the Calderon family. Julian Calderon, he's 7 years old, was recently diagnosed with leukemia, and the Pomeranian Booster Club is trying to help support the family with funds and keeping life as normal as possible for the family. So on Saturday, September 30th, from 11 to 3, they are doing a car wash, bake sale, and basket raffle at Advanced Auto in Lehighton.
All right.
So that's Saturday, September 30th, 11 to 3, car wash, bake sale, and basket raffle at Advanced Auto in Lehighton for Julian.
All right, some Colossal Radio news. Doc is getting details put together for a bus trip for the location of Woodstock. It's going to be on November 5th. He's only doing one bus and one bus only, so listen in on his show when the details are released, because he is only doing one bus and one bus only, so get your tickets when they are available. Again, it'll be November 5th. Make sure you tune in to Colossal Radio every day, Monday through Wednesday, or Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. is the Doc and Kate Show. Tuesday from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. it's Oldies with Ike. And this week, tomorrow night, Ike is spotlighting Kenny Rogers. So if you're into Kenny Rogers, tune in tomorrow night. And then Tuesday and Thursday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Doc and Friends show. And of course, our show is every second and fourth Monday of every month from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Our next episode will be October 9th. And we are having members of Boy Scout Troop 138 from Jim Thorpe. They'll be in talking about their Haunted Maze event. And in the second half hour, we have Boy Scout Troop 5200 from Palmerton. It's an all-girls troop, and they'll be telling us about their troop and everything they do and how you can join. Jason, thanks again for coming on and having us part of the drink of the day.
Thanks for having me in.
It's delicious. Thank you.
And
They're not all that good, I promise you. I'm just telling you.
make sure you like their Facebook page and get in on the group. And again, if you have anybody that you want to nominate for a care package, contact Jason and he'll hook them up and put you on the list. Anything else, Leanne?
Not that I know.
All right, we'll see you all next time.
We hope you enjoyed tonight's Colossal Community Podcast with your hosts, Keith Hines and Leanne Cook. Tune in next time. Now, back to the best in classic rock.